Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on Michael Datcher's YouTube channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. It goes into 5 p.m. It's a 15-minute show, different topics, same powerful show. This morning we are talking about challenge in productivity. How can challenges in our lives lead to a heightened level of productivity? All right. For those who are new to the show, we're a show aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who would like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live like a boss. As we know from 10th grade science, there's a scientific imperative behind the feeling of joy. When the body's feeling joyful, what's happening as a biochemical level the body is filled with endorphins, and those endorphins give us a sense of euphoria that we can then leverage to move ourselves towards our goals and objectives. We encourage everyone on the show to start their own business, that they may be able to eventually live in abundance like bosses. We know to get from 10th grade science, there's a scientific imperative behind the feeling of joy. When that body's feeling joyful, um, literally the body is again flooding itself with endorphins, and those endorphins can give us a sense of euphoria. Think about that. That's a powerful idea. And we can leverage that euphoric feeling to move us towards our goals and objectives, right? Especially those of us who want to do good on the planet. At times, those who want to do good are oftentimes under-resourced to do the good that they've come to do. So all those things come into play on this really powerful show. If you're enjoying the show, please swipe left or right across your device to invite people to join the conversation, and/or simply share this on your social media platforms. Right? Again, we're talking about productivity and challenge. How challenges in our lives can move us towards our goals and objectives. Also, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com. We offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting. We also go out and speak to groups, colleges, and schools in a group setting to help people become more productive through joy. Very, very powerful programs. Go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. All right, let's dive into the topic. So today, guys, we're talking about the idea of, let's get my situation together, bam. The idea of productivity in challenges. Let me first say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel, Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, and that book will be out this February 2018 on Third World Press in the first American version of a book that was published originally in Germany. And that book is, again, interrogates the intersection of race and violence in America. It's a historical novel about identical twin sons. Very, very powerful book. Look for that in bookstores everywhere starting February 2018. I'm also the author of the acclaimed Raising Fences, which was a memoir whose film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the former executive director of the World Stage Literary and Jazz Venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English Literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at LMU here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption as a single divorcee. And so at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Kool Moe famously said, how you like now? If I can be this productive through joy, so many of us who are watching this particular show. So, we, in many ways, the show, our business is inspired by that idea that we can come from difficulty and still have tremendous amounts of success. We think that's really important because it inspires people who also have come through difficulty. It helps to create a cyclical idea that we can all inspire each other. And as you begin to simply live your life in a way that is authentic, that and touch other people. That touching of people comes back to you, and then you also benefit. Then we all benefit in an interconnected web of love, joy, and soul, and also love, joy, and inspiration and power, and ultimately a kind of a broad type of abundance where people are having an abundant life, abundant in love, abundant in health, abundant in wisdom, abundant in financial prosperity, abundant in the things that we need to do our most effective work. So that drives all of this. All right. So let's dive into the topic here. So we're talking today about productivity in challenge, and we like to also in the morning show just touch on the idea of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. At times we will wake up, as we know, in our lives, and we'll be followed by the anxiety, the trouble that's on our mind. That trouble will stay on our mind throughout our day until the evening time. We'll go to sleep with that same trouble on our mind, and we find ourselves waking up with that same trouble on our mind that we've had a whole day with trouble on our mind. And that can be a few days or a week or a month, or for some of us, most of our lives. And that's just a real state of affairs for many people in the world. So we recognize that and seek to, in a proactive way, address trouble on the mind by helping people frame their day before their day has a chance to frame them. Meaning, we help them to create rituals. Rituals can be defined in this broadest possible context as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time, which is a way of saying doing something every day because life happens with us every day. Right? So it's best seen probably through example. Let me give you a brief sense of my kind of morning ritual to serve as an exemplar. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:45 a.m. I read a couple of spiritual indoor business books. I do our show at 4:45 a.m. until 5. At 5 I work on my current novel until sunrise, which is around 6 o'clock here in Los Angeles. At that point, I live along the beach here. I go to the ocean. I live along the beach in Venice Beach, California. I bring my drum. I go meditate, pray, do yoga, do all these things, and then come back. And it's very nice because the ocean, it's just dawn. Dawn is dawning, and it's so peaceful and quiet. Just me and the dolphins and the seagulls. Then I come back feeling so amazing, and I begin to write on my current book. A while longer, then I go back to the beach eventually to run up the coast, all the way past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back here to my gym, Gold's Gym in Venice. So by 9:30 or so, I am feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and those endorphins give me a sense of euphoria that I can then leverage to move myself towards my goals and objectives, which for me involve consulting, obviously, but publishing, public speaking, in real estate. We're not saying do what I do. We're saying do what you do and what you can do to ritualize your morning, especially as a way to get prepared for the day that is to come. That you may have the opportunity to have the most success in the thing that happens daily, which is the day, which is life. And we help people create a morning ritual around their belief systems, around their schedule, around what they can do. So it's a powerful, game-changing situation. So let's dive in. Oh, so I should say that. So in the morning, I'm reading two great books now. I'm reading, I have them right here, as a matter of fact. So I just read them. I'm reading Carl Lintz's "On the Moment," bam, which is a book about basically living in the moment, essentially. I'm also reading the Nag Hammadi Library, which is a book of ancient scriptures, which is really powerful. From those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the Morning Chant. And today's Morning Chant is let me read this to you. Morning Chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I turn challenge into opportunities to love more and have more abundance, right? As a meditating natural mystic, I turn challenges into opportunities to love more, give more, that's what it is, and thrive more. So I think about that throughout my day. I place it on my phone. I contemplate that all day long, but also create the morning and afternoon shows based around that reading. So today we're talking about challenges, all right? So again, if you're enjoying the show, please swipe left or right across your device and or invite people to join the conversation now. All right, let's dive in. So point one is challenge is going to come. You just got to embrace that. Challenge is a part of life. And once you know that, it helps to deal with it. We can take a few moments or even a few hours to bemoan something that has happened, which is totally normal. But then say, okay, well, that's happened. That's life. That happens. And there's more good life than challenge. But challenge is going to happen to you. Which goes right into point two. Since it is life, how do I turn this aspect of my life into an opportunity? That's the key. At times as I shared my own personal narrative, we come from difficult beginnings or difficult nows or difficult yesterdays, difficult 2 hours ago. And it's tough. Listen, I know a lot about tough situations. And so we get that here. And then we have to turn that into an opportunity, all right? I just want to do that, right? And the key is to be in a spirit of gratitude, which may sound like a non sequitur, to be going through a challenge, but then to see it but to be grateful. But at times, being in the middle of a challenge makes you think about what you are grateful for, in the sense of all the good things that are happening to you right now, and that's the critical piece. Is can you really, really embrace the other things that are happening great for you in your life. And so being in the habit of gratitude is so critical in moments like these, which goes right into point three. In that space of gratitude, you begin to recognize that in the middle of challenge, life is still good. Life is still beautiful. Life is still powerful. And as a result, we can then turn that particular challenge into an opportunity to love more, because you're feeling more grateful, you're feeling more blessed, you're feeling more ready to give and serve, and you do that. And you turn your challenge into an opportunity to give more love, to thrive more, to serve more. And I'm not sure why this works so well, but in the middle of challenge, when you give to other people, even though you're going through a tough time yourself, you just feel amazing, and the challenge turns into an opportunity to give more. So boom, goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We are a show aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who like to own their own business, and those who simply want to live like a boss. Thanks for being here. We'll see you bright and early this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. On Facebook, FaceTime, on live, Facebook Live at 4:45 p.m. All right, thanks for being here. We'll see you soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.